Hey, it's Deepak, and we're back in Dysfunctional Systems. I apologize to Waverly again. She still says nothing, but I can tell that she has an answer. I don't know what that answer is, but it seems hard to say. That's fine, though. My eyelids are heavy and my skull is throbbing. I feel like I'm going to drown in sleep soon. That sleep you get from medication. Thick and unnatural sleep. I don't, though. I just feel weighted and queasy, stare at nothing, and listen to the settling of storms. I can hear people walking through the stone halls, although it's late. Try having someone run. I'll be like sitting at my desk, ready to go to bed, and it's like 1 a.m. And I'll just hear someone running back and forth in the halls, and it's like, what are you doing? There's a track that's not too far away. You could go there to do your running. And also, why so late? Anyway, wind is swirling around the mountains. There's music coming from elsewhere, light and haunting. Slipping away from my consciousness, I begin to close my eyes. We never paid for our drinks. Oh. Oh, wow. That was the end. I just needed to do like 5 more things. Now I feel bad. Okay, good. This is so bleeding awkward. I know that taking care of Winter is my responsibility, but, well, I can't. It's past 12 o'clock, I still haven't gotten brazen enough to wake her. Managed to drop the ball with the simplest task, make sure she eats breakfast. She just came back so depressed yesterday. I have no idea how to strike up a conversation with her now. Is that a vacuum? That's a loud vacuum. Why is it outside my door? Okay, it's going away. I want to cheer her up, obviously, but okay, first of all, I don't even know her that well. We've only been living together for a few weeks. That's coming back. Jeez. Okay. I'm gonna read the codex, by the way, because I just noticed that. True fusion. This entry concerns man-made fusion that would trade similar to star creation. For fusion initiated by fission, see the entry on nuclear fusion. True fusion is a term used mainly by Earthen to describe manufactured nuclear fusion. Most systems are incapable of this process and instead refer to fusion sparked by fission as nuclear fusion. This entry instead refers to the genuine pure process of beginning sustainable nuclear fusion. As it is a term of our own creation, do not expect to hear it in any systems. Occasionally a system will make the distinction between the two, but it is not to be counted on. Always investigate if you believe there may be confusion between terms. True fusion can be used to create stars, and therefore is incredibly dangerous and significantly more likely to appear in a scientifically advanced society. The energy required to accomplish it is often unattainable, and the power generated is immense to the point that setting it off, let alone controlling it, is practically impossible. True fusion involves the fusing of light elements together to create heavier elements. The process of forcing this reaction varies, but it mimics starbursts, with the nuclei being massively compressed and heated until a self-sustaining fusion begins. Yeah, okay, so basically this is just very in-depth fusion. Fusion is when you take two light atoms, and you fuse them, and they become a heavier one, and then you fuse. You keep fusing, and that small change in mass equals a giant change of energy with E equals mc squared, using delta E equals delta m c squared. And fission is when you have an atom, you bombard it with a neutron, and then it splits into two. And there's also probably like alpha radiation or something, or beta decay. I don't know. I don't know if you want to. Extreme caution must be used in any situation where usage is suggested. Yeah, so they had a true fusion bomb, which is incredible. I don't think we can even do that. I don't think we're anywhere close to being able to do that, to have true fusion. I'm pretty sure we're still working on like very small levels of fusion. But the reason why it's being looked into is because it can lead to energy where you get more energy out than what you put into it. So basically you can that's why this fusion bomb was so devastating, was because it took they used a lot of energy to ignite it, and then that resulted in a ton of energy, and then that energy just compounded and compounded until it blew up the world. And where I think today, like modern day, we are still trying to get fusion to even work. I think we've gotten some where it's like, oh, we mix these two atoms and then they put out a tiny puff of energy, slightly more than what we put into it. So we're not that close, but that's a scary thought, because one day we might be that close. We might be able to pull something like this off, to which we should just point all governments to this game and say, hey, stop. Okay. Sure, we've been friendly, but, I wouldn't say we're friends yet. Still, as a roommate, I feel like I should at least try to make her feel better. Man, maybe that would just make me seem like an asshole? Oh, don't sweat the small stuff, Winter. It's just one world lost. There's plenty of those. It's a fantastic situation we have here, in room whatever number it is. You should probably remember your room number. I'm totally not equipped to understand how she's feeling, and I'm not qualified to pester her. I'm not even able to get what happened to her. How does all of a world's air just burn away? With a demon summoning and a crazy undone seal? Curses and abominations from distant space? Heh, that'd be worth seeing. Someone at the door. Maybe this will force me into action. I walk over, prepared to answer. It's the Northerner, pretty as usual and handsome all the same. Crossing his arms and putting on a serious face, he addresses me. Ayo. Waverly, yo. I mirror his pose. Ayo, yo. Her Bio's on the mind. Came to give her a hug. Bio's on the mend. Came to give her a hug. That's great, but I'm not letting you in. He stutters in puffy disbelief, as if what I just said was the most preposterous thing. Why not? I think you might want that more. I think you might want that hug more than her. Ridiculous. He draws out a slow fake punch. I must make it past you. Therefore, I challenge you to a duel. Waverly, and the reward will be a 10-second hug for the beau. Beau? I don't know that word. That's like French or something. I bring up my own arm in the same mock attack. No, getting it from her, or giving it to her. Oh, I'd give it to her. But I need longer than 10 seconds. Extending a finger from my fist, I point at him. No. Stop right there. His lips tremble for a few seconds, but he prevents a smile. Winner hugs Bill, agreed? Fine, but you will lose this game. He rolls up his sleeve and offers me his hand. Thumb war? Let us dance the dance of combat. Linking hands, we both raise our thumbs and stare intently at the battle zone. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb war. We pass our thumbs over one another as we speak the rhyme, and when we finish, we clash. We struggle for a few seconds before Io speaks. This is so dumb. I think it was a good way of getting the point across. A weird, otherworldly kids game where two opposing forces battle to the death. A great metaphor for philosophy in some systems. Sure, but something's wrong here. If I had this much fun fighting in a war, I'd be worried about myself. Well, I wouldn't say the stakes are quite as high here. Do you think they'll give us more rhymes for other concepts? If you see a loaded gun, you'd better fucking run. People hate. It's what they call discriminate. He laughs and our thumb game continues. Playfully, neither of us tries very hard. So you heard about Winter? Yeah, me and the other idiots who accepted the title of promising were called to an emergency meeting last night. It was like at 2 in the morning. He looks up at me. Cyrus showed up. I also look up. Really? So what happened? You don't know? I look back at our thumbs. I only sort of know. Cyrus killed the country's leader, and the leader ordered something called a nuke to be launched at another country after his death. The thing could basically wipe out a city. I whistle. And nuke, you see, is short for nuclear weapon. He says this quite haughtily. Oh my, the educations you folks receive dazzles me. Please do try to keep your language simple so that I may understand. I can feel him smile at this, and he replies jokingly. Sorry, I'll try. So how'd this thing that could wipe out a city wipe out a whole planet's population? Well, you see, there's actually one special type strong enough to do that. I'll admit, I didn't know about it. The true fusion bomb, a bomb that makes stars when it blows up. I think. I don't know. I'm kind of talking out my ass. Basically, a star on a planet equals bad. It killed everyone. Huh. What did Cyrus have to say about all this? Nothing. He just stood there while the other mediators explained the situation, and told us we should be paragons for our peers. Like we're supposed to be mature about it and not joke about it. Which is pretty damn presumptuous if you ask me. No one's going to be a dick about it. I guess some kids aren't going to understand how serious this is, though. A world just committing suicide with a weapon they've never even heard of is almost comically insane. If you told me about it before the teachers did, I'd call bullshit. Anyway, let's finish this. I'm getting tired of holding you. Oh, really? I can't hold your hand anymore? Maneuvering my thumb with what I'd call some real impressive dexterity, I pin him down for the count. No. After 2 seconds, we disengage. Damn it. He scowls and lightly massages his thumb. Well, it's your win. But I have won the warmth of your hand and the palm of my own. Oh, fairest Waverly, I will cherish it forever. Shut up. Has Beau been asleep this whole time? How long she's been out? Out like a light for something like 14 hours. He whistles along. Well, I suppose not all humans are as durable as me. Yes, we are not all northern strong. He beams and points at me with both hands. Yes, you said it. Closing his eyes, he puffs out his chest and puts his hands on his hips. We're born and bred badasses made tough by tundra and snowdrift, Don't you forget it. Never, comrade. But yeah, I can't let you into hugger. Not with those powerful arms. Standing at ease, he answers me smoothly. I'd be softer about it, ma'am. And make sure she'd get more out of it than me. Hey, watch yourself. He smiles. Touchy lies. Hey, it's fine if I can. I love Bo dearly, and I'd love to comfort her, but I understand if the little tyke needs some rest after all that went down. Yeah, she probably does. Cackle, Waverly. Cackle? Cackle. Cackle. Cool. What is that word? Waverly, don't tell me you haven't even checked on her. I turn my eyes away. Well, what does he expect? Am I just meant to shake her awake and ask, how are you feeling? Didn't even make sure she has the fever? Waverly. Oh, right, not a bad idea, that. I will throw you out of there if you won't be able to respond. If you won't be responsible enough to take care of her. You make it sound so easy. We barely know one another. Then get to, and it will be easy. I kind of despise this guy for his overpositive attitude. Easier said than done means nothing to him. Are you going to leave, or do I have to shut this thing in your face? Ao quickly shakes his head and holds up his hands. Whoa, girl. The space is priceless, don't damage it. You saying things like that, and I only want to do it more. He plays at flinching and backs away. I'm out. Just say hello to Bill from me. Tell her that I hope she feels better soon. Fine, girlie. He sucks his teeth and cuts his eyes at me, pouting afterward. Later, Waverly. Later. As he walks off, I move to close the door. Before I'm able to, though, Ao calls for me again. Are you going to use that hug you won? Of course not. Laughing, he turns down another hallway. I close the door and rest my back against it. Lastly, I sigh. Ao's right. I should at least check if she has a fever. Can't tell if she's in comfort or not, but she's very asleep, judging by the dark stain on her pillowcase. Although it would be embarrassing for her to wake up with me standing here, so I'll just touch her forehead softly and quick. No fever, I think. I brush away some of her hair. She was sweating quite a bit, looks like, although now she's almost a little cold. Well, I had better wake her up now. I lightly poke her cheek, which garners no response. You'll make this hard for me, eh? You cute little thing. Fine. I slightly pinch her cheek, and while she doesn't budge, I start to tug. Once I do that, she twitches, and I understand it as a signal to retreat from her bedside. Moving swiftly, I return to my desk and pick up my book so that I can pretend I was reading. I mean, I was reading around 20 minutes ago, but... she's gotten up. What time is it? Well, look who's decided to wake up. Late. You've been sleeping since 10 last night. Whoa, I actually feel like I've been sleeping... Her sentence transforms into a mumbled mess and she begins to nod. Come on, Winter, you were doing so well. You still need to eat breakfast. Or, well, lunch at this point. My bad. Breakfast. She drops back down onto her bed and I can feel her gaze at my back. Sorry, I slept past it, didn't I? Oh man, don't apologize to me. I could have easily woken you up. Well, yeah, it's lunch now, which is what I meant to say. Anyway, when do you want to go eat? Right now? I hope. I'm honestly too bluff feeling to actually get up, let alone to stand up or walk. Or eat. I see. How are you, Waverly? Fine. You? Bleh, Waverly, please pay attention. Well, your mind seems alright. Oh, trust me, it's not. I feel so slow. But you practically quit just now. Good stuff. I'm gonna end it here, guys. So, thank you for watching. I really don't know where else this is gonna go. But I like it. So, let's look forward to it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.